Hello and welcome back to our third episode of the FogCast. As today we have Catastrophe, Sticky, and myself, Reaper. Please check out the links below. We have fanboysofgaming.com. We have our Fanboys of Gaming Facebook group where you can join other like-minded gamers. And we have another link for our second news channel that will bring news throughout the week, hosted by our FOG member, Mike. And today we're going to bring a couple topics to you. And let's see. What are you playing, Catastrophe?
I'm currently playing Mario Maker, which came out yesterday. So far, I really like it. It's really nostalgic as far as the game goes. Let's see. So far, I've seen like the first and second stages from the original Super Mario. I've seen the first stage from Super Mario 3, and I've also seen a little bit of Super Mario World.
Have you tried making anything?
Like, I was going to say what?
Sorry, I said, have you tried making anything?
At the very beginning, it kind of lets you, or it makes you kind of make the first level, but it's really small, really short. But it seems like it's really simple to actually make stuff, which I kind of like. It's kind of like a grid format, and you just select things at the top, and then you just place them on the screen. It's pretty simple.
How simple?
Like you just
a 3-year-old?
use the stylus on your gamepad, and you click the item that you want to place, and then you just click the grid where you want to put it at.
Nice.
Is it fast?
Yeah, it's real fast. And one of the cool things that I liked about it is that my daughter, she was actually creating that first level with the gamepad, and then once she was done, I used the regular Wii remote or the Wiimote, and I was actually playing on it. I thought that was kind of cool.
So is it easy enough for like a 3-year-old to use it, or maybe a little bit older, like 8, 10, 12?
I'd say probably like a 4 or 5-year-old could probably use it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like I said, all you do is you just select the item with your stylus, and then you just put it on the grid on the stage.
It's pretty cool. It sounds so simple. Have you seen any crazy stages yet? Like just ridiculous.
No, I haven't seen anything like straight ridiculous so far. So far, the only complaint that I would kind of have is that the stages so far that I've seen have been kind of small. Outside of like the ones that mimic the original levels.
Yeah.
But I guess the craziest one that I've seen is that you know those I don't really know what they're called, but it's the little things that you step on to like make the blocks turn into coins.
Okay.
They had one of those on this stage.
Pals?
Say what?
I think they're called POWs or something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of like a POW. But they had one of those on this one stage, and they used like a conveyor belt to do all these different things and like different land lifts to make it go all the way to the end of the stage, so you could get access to it. Like you kind of have to see it to get it, but I thought that was pretty cool.
All right.
One thing that
I see the screen of it.
Oh yeah, I put a screen up on the group last night.
Gotcha.
But, the one thing that I do really like about it is that there's this thing that you can go to. It's kind of like a arcade mode on it, where you have to play through 10 levels with 8 levels with 10 lives, and each time you beat that, it'll give you different stages to go through. And it looks like those are actually user created levels, and so that's like an unlimited game right there, because there'll always be, or hopefully there'll always be, people making new stages.
I have a question for you. How big are, or let me rephrase that, are the downloads for those levels pretty quick?
So far I haven't seen any downloads for it. Seems like it's like
instant?
Yeah, you don't really see it. It might be going on in the background, but you don't really notice it. It's seamless for the user, it seems.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah,
that is.
Especially with a child, they're not gonna, like my daughter, she's 3, and she's not gonna understand. Well, I guess she would understand loading because she sees Netflix and she's like, loading, and I'm like, come on. So maybe they will, but still, for a kid, the attention span, they're just like now. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What are you playing so far, Sticky?
I'm still playing Metal Gear and Mad Max, and also playing Rainbow Six again. Rainbow Six Vegas too. Just waiting for the new one.
Yeah, I was gonna get that one, but then I seen the price, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna get it for free in like another 2 months. So
Yep.
I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and pass. But yeah, I can't wait to get it and go through it again. It's just something stealth, not really stealth, but something tactical, I guess.
Yep. I love those games.
You still liking the Mad Max?
Yep.
At first, it seems like it was getting a lot of mixed reviews, but it seems as time has gone on, it seems more people are enjoying it more. So I think that's a good thing. So far, it's kind of gone from, it's all right, to, that's pretty cool, and this, and this. And I'm like, all right, because I'm still not really sold on it yet. And I think I will get that pretty soon. But it's good to know that more and more people out here talk about it, say that they're enjoying it. So that's really cool. And Metal Gear, you getting any further in that? Chopping away at that percentage?
The percentage that never goes up. Yeah. There's just so many side quests and things like that. And since I like doing everything, it's going to take me a long time.
Yeah. Well, I've been playing The Witcher. Yeah, that's what I've been playing. I've been playing The Witcher and the awful Sniper Elite 3. Well, I started playing the Sniper Elite 3 because I wanted something a little bit more tactical, and I didn't want to pay for Rainbow Six. So I'm just like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and knock out some of that Sniper Elite. And so far, I've taken a different approach to the game. When I first started the game, I haven't played the other Sniper Elites, and then I started Sniper Elite 3, and I was like, delete. I was like, this is horrible. And I took a different approach this time towards it. I went in it looking at it as a more tactical game and a sniper game versus just more of the Call of Duty faster style. And I know it's a sniper game. What do you expect? Well, I don't know. You can still do stupid shit on Call of Duty, so whatever. Now that I've taken the different approach and gone a lot more tactical, which I've actually recorded like 30 minutes of gameplay, which I will upload here soon, and just more of the tactical side, creeping around and using all the environment to actually set up the sniper shots and stuff like that. It's actually, I'm enjoying it more. It's still not a great game in my opinion, but it's an okay game. So,
have you tried it on that difficulty where there's no checkpoints? Or if you die, you start over completely?
No, I haven't tried it yet. I didn't even know it was on there. I just went to continue game, whatever. I don't even know what difficult setting it's on from whatever I started it with. I just hit continue, so.
I didn't try that mode. It sounded scary.
Well, I've died a few times, but the thing is with the game, I just look at it as I walk around with the little weld gun, and just try to focus on the headshots, because if you don't hit them in the headshot with that gun, then you just pick them off and they turn around and shoot you up. And if you have it on a harder difficulty, I can assume that as soon as they shoot you, you're just pretty much dead. I don't think I have it on the hardest difficulty. I'm pretty sure I don't. But doing that and really using the environment to set up the shots, that's been kind of fun. So,
have you tried the online? Kind of has a Ghost Recon feel to it.
Well, this is the thing. I don't like games when they use, and I know this is more of the unrealistic side of sniping, is the game really uses bullet drop. So you got to really precisely put where the bullet is supposed to go. I don't like that. In a game, it's just too much just to shoot somebody. I mean, as stupid as that may sound, I know people want more realistic stuff, but I want to just pull the sniper out, line up my shot, and shoot. Hold my breath or whatever on there, and that's fine, and that's it. But to sit there and try to calculate it out and everything, it's just a little annoying to me because whenever I did play the multiplayer, it's like no matter what I did, it was like one shot just wasn't enough, and it was just wasn't enough at all unless you got a headshot. So it was just annoying to me.
Yeah, you're right. It's like you're trying so hard to hit that person, and by the time you hit them, they don't even die from it, and you're like, what?
Right.
It's more of a chore than actually like playing.
Right. I mean, I understand it because that's what the game is, and that's how actual weapons are. But this is a video game. Get over it. I don't know. That's the way I look at it. I mean, I guess some people like it. I know a lot of UK people really enjoy Sniper Elite. I think Americans are more the faster style pace and stuff like that, and I've really pushed away from that. So that's why I started playing that again and with a different approach. And I don't know. Maybe I just need to get better. I don't know. I don't have a want to play the multiplayer. I'm not playing the game for multiplayer. I wanted a more tactical game to slow things down and just plan things out. But in the multiplayer, I don't want no damn drop shot. I mean, like bullet drop. It's annoying as hell to me. I've been chipping away at The Witcher slowly. Also, I'm like, last weekend I dumped in like 22 hours, I think, in The Witcher. And I was just burned out on The Witcher. I was like, okay, I got to take a break from it. But I finally finished the game, and epic game, and I can't wait for the DLC. So that's coming here soon too. And I think I'm at like 50% on the game, something like that. Yeah. So.
Nice.
Damn, 50% like from 100% completion.
I don't. It's on the achievement thing. I don't know the actual end game completion. That's just on the achievement thing that I look at. That's not actually in the game.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. Like if there is a difference between the two on there. I just checked the one that's on the achievements thing, and it says I'm like at 50%. I think so.
Well, so that means you have 50% of the achievements, right?
Yeah, 50% of the achievements. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the actual game, I'm not sure.
Gotcha.
I don't ever look at it because I can't. I just look at it from my smart glass, so I really can't. I can't go into the game from my smart glass.
That's still quite a bit though, because those achievements, some of them are like what 10G, and like it's not like large amounts that you get for those achievements. Right. A lot of them, so that's still quite a bit, I'd say.
Well, it's worth it. I mean, it's been a really good game. It's been. I'm at 49%. 1% away. Yeah, really, I didn't get most of the achievements until like right at the end of the game. Like it has one of those Rockstar feels to it with the achievement system, and towards the end, it's just like stuff just started unlocking, and I was like, okay, cool. And they have a couple of different little ones that are like do all the fight missions, do all of the horse races and stuff like that, and then they have the card game one, the Gwent or whatever it's called. I don't care for that. I haven't even played a card game in the game. I don't care for stuff like that, so I'm just like, no, pass it. I don't plan on actually 100% in the game, so it really doesn't matter to me. But yeah. Overall, that game was really stellar game, and that is now my number one next gen game, knocking DR3 down to number 2. So,
hey.
I know. Dude, I looked at the achievements, the leaderboards on the DR3, and I was on top of everybody on there. I was the top one. I was like, really? I was surprised.
For Witcher 3?
No. Nah.
Oh, for Dead 3?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
I'm number 4 or 3. Oh, yeah, I'm number 4 in all overall kills on The Witcher 3, though.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
Yeah, I will never get number 1 because that's what's his name, Jason, and he has almost 10,000 kills on there. He's 9, right? Number 1. No, he's a cool guy. Honestly, it's he's at 9,991, and I'm like, just do it. 9 more kills and hit the 10,000. Just do it. It bothers me more than he even knows. And I'm just like, just do it. And just, it's funny. But so yeah, I have on Dead Rising. Wow, my Dead Rising leaderboard is messed up. It's showing the Witcher.
Oh my god.
That's funny. On the smart glass, it shows my Witcher kills for Dead Rising. I'm like, wait a minute, what? So, I don't know. Let's see. Next, we have something from Daryl in the group. He wanted to know, what do you think Game of the Year will be? What are contenders for Game of the Year, and what is your Game of the Year? Sticky?
Contenders? Oh man. Easy contenders, I would say, are going to be Fallout, The Witcher, Metal Gear, Halo might be on there, right?
Yeah. Maybe Tomb Raider, possibly.
Yeah. In my world, it would win. You know how I am with Tomb Raider, but I think Metal Gear might get it, honestly.
Okay, overall, who do you think will get the Game of the Year? Not your Game of the Year, just Game of the Year in general. Who will win it?
Oh, yeah, dude. Mario Maker is going to be a contender, for sure.
Mario Maker?
Sorry, Catastrophe has been kicked out of the podcast.
Why do I get kicked out every podcast?
You do?
It just happens.
It's like I'm like Kenny of the podcast.
Oh man. So, do you think Mario Maker will be a contender?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so what is your personal Game of the Year, and what do you think will actually win Game of the Year?
Sticky?
Oh man. I would like my game to be Tomb Raider, but I haven't played it yet. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to like it, if it's anything like the reboot. But I honestly think Metal Gear is going to win Game of the Year, with it being Kojima's last game last Metal Gear game, and the reception it's gotten. So.
That's
okay.
good.
And you, Catastrophe?
I don't really know if I have a Game of the Year so far.
Nothing you've played this year is worth a damn?
How about the Deer
that.
God?
It's not that, but I'm waiting for Halo 5.
Ah,
I think that
okay.
Halo 5 is probably going to be my Game of the Year. But so far out of what I've played, I'd probably have to say Witcher 3, even though I haven't played a ton of it. Like, you can still tell that so far from what I've played that's a really solid game.
Right. I think The Witcher 3 is a very good contender. I don't think it will win overall. I think it's actually going to be Fallout. I think Fallout has a little bit more in-depth to the game over Metal Gear. Just my opinion. Don't kill me, Metal Gear fans. And my personal Game of the Year would have to be The Witcher 3. Even though, like I said, it's a great game, but I think overall in the perception of it, I don't think it will win. I think Halo 5 will be a good contender. It just won't win. Halo 5 is or Halo in general is a great series and all. It just doesn't have the in-depth stories there, and it doesn't have the, well, how can I say? It doesn't have the excess game. Like, it's not a 1,000-hour game. That's just, the game. You have multiplayer, but you don't have the 1,000-hour random tons of side mission stuff, all like what Fallout, Metal Gear, and Witcher has. You know what I mean? And that's what I think holds the game back from being actual Game of the Year. But at the same time, it could be. I mean, it looks like a great title to come, but we don't know until we actually play it. So, with that, gonna kick in a little bit different direction since we're talking about Metal Gear. everybody gave this game left and right a 10. And I really don't understand it because Metal Gear, everybody gave it a 10, and then all of a sudden everybody's coming out saying the story was weak. How do you give a game a 10 and the story is weak? That takes points away. And then you have the multiplayer being a little broken, which I understand games going through stress, especially in their first week online. But when people were reviewing this game, multiplayer wasn't even available. So how does this game get a 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. It's like that, like the media just chooses what they want to do, like based off of each game. They don't have like a clear code. Like this is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be done. Because some games they say that they're going to wait before they give it a final review until the multiplayer is available.
Right. I just thought that, I mean, not taking away that the game isn't good, not saying that it's not a great game, not taking anything away from it. And technically, no game's ever perfect.
Yep.
But a 10, and it looks like there's too many aspects that were kind of just overlooked a little bit, and I don't understand why. I'm glad for the game. I know there's a lot of hardcore followers to it. I am happy for the people that got the game. It seems like it's a good game, but it's just kind of odd how that game just got a 10 to me. And I don't know. I think this whole review system that we have, that these people are giving reviews out, it's become more clear that it's just a load of BS. And that's why I don't personally follow reviewers and stuff like that. But it's good to see a game get a 10. When you see a game get a 10, you're just like, that's like, damn, it got a 10. You know what I mean? And so you're expecting pretty much all aspects to just be great. You don't expect a broken multiplayer. You don't expect a story to not really be there. And I don't understand. I haven't played the game, but how is the story not there when this thing, I'm assuming, has hell of long cutscenes? Is it just a weak story, maybe?
I don't know. I'm very early in the game.
So I don't know. It was just very weird with that. So, and then this game, these people, in my opinion, whenever these people review these games for these big sites, they finish the game. Okay, well, they've already had that Metal Gear bug where it corrupts your data and stuff like that. So, you mean to tell me nobody knew about that? Nobody got the bug, but the bug is popping up left and right. It's just stuff like that. So
I've gotten the same bug, but a bunch of times, probably over 10 times, where the sound just goes crazy. It sounds like a helicopter. It's flying around, and my character just walks straight, whether it's into a wall, into a corner, for about like 5 seconds. And that's happened to me during missions. Dude, man, it's gotten me so pissed off. I've recorded it.
I hadn't heard about that one. I think the one that Reaper was talking about was the one where it's corrupting save data.
right.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah.
About that one.
And that just gets rid of your whole game save or what?
Oh, man.
I think so.
And that's like pretty far into the game. That's not early mid. That's like, I think one of them is like mission 29 and the other one's mission 42 or something like that.
Right.
So that's a little bit further into the game, and then all of a sudden start over. Just
Oh man, I'd be so pissed off.
yeah, I wouldn't even play it. I would sell it. I would, if I had it physical, I'd sell it and be like, to hell with it. So I don't know, especially for a game that has a very long game. I guess I look at it whenever you have a 10. I understand bugs, some bugs, not game-breaking bugs, but when you get a 10, pretty much everything is on point. And for multiplayer to not even be available, and for people to say the story is weak, that to me doesn't show a 10.
It's like, why wasn't it included in the review?
Right. Like, why? Like a 9. If it would have been a 9.5, understandable completely. But when you give it that gold 10, like that is the holy grail. That's it. that's a holy shit moment. Like, wow, this game got a 10 because it's so rare. But so many aspects of the game were just either not reviewed or there's just issues. Because even like The Witcher 3 had Witcher 3 had a shitload of bugs. There was no game-breaking bugs, but it had a bunch of little bugs. It had the audio problems. It had my horse freaking standing on nothing. It had a lot of little bugs, but it also didn't get a 10. So,
Yep.
I
But then
mean,
with open world games, it's gonna happen. You're gonna have bugs,
right. And like I said, even if Metal Gear had little bugs, like the bugs you're talking about, I don't consider that game breaking, and I don't consider that a big problem. Even with that kind of bug, a 10, that's still warranted. That's fine. But no multiplayer was even played when a 10 was given. And then we have a game breaking bug that deletes all of your progress. You have to start over,
Yep.
and you are over halfway done with the game. You can't tell me you wouldn't be pissed. Just I'd be super pissed. So
Yeah, I'd be extremely pissed. Like I said, I wouldn't even finish the game because of that.
yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know. I just think our review system, or the review systems, whatever system it is, because it seems like everybody has a different one. And at the end of the day, everybody needs to remember they are just a person, just like anyone else that plays a game and has an opinion on it. Yes, they play a lot of games, but at the same time, someone playing a lot of games, that can jade their review because they're tired of it.
Dude,
That could go ahead.
you know what makes me mad about the review system? Is that it seems like the big sites, like, they don't pay attention to who they have reviewing what games.
Oh yeah.
Like of course there's going to be a difference because it's different people also reviewing games for different sites. But don't have the Xbox person reviewing games for PlayStation. Don't have the PlayStation person reviewing games for Xbox.
Dude, that's just like when this last generation, when that Double Dragon Neon game came out. I was so excited for it. I read a review and the guy's like, "Oh, who gives a shit about side-scrolling games nowadays?" And I was like, "Really? Why did they get this guy to review
Right.
it?" You know?
Yeah. Why would you do
That's like
that?
getting me to review Madden for Fog. Oh man.
Right, exactly.
Right, and that's like getting me to review Dragon Age because we know how I feel about Dragon Age. And I mean, that's exactly it. You got to put the right people into it or have multiple opinions on it. And that's where it goes back to. They're all just one person that is a video game player that just happens to get paid for it. Kudos to them for getting paid for it. But like I said, playing so many games could mess up the review because they can get tired of things. I am tired of Call of Duty games. I want a different style of game. So I'm not going to be the best person to sit there and review a Call of Duty game. So that's just my thoughts on it.
You think it's a good idea to have someone review the game who's an extreme fan?
Yes.
Okay.
The reason why is it kind of goes a little bit two ways, but the main reason why I would agree with that is because that person is going to know more in depth about the game. They're going to know what changed from the last game. They're going to see the improvements from the last game. They're going to see that, wow, this person, they really pushed this to the limit by doing this, versus someone that's never seen it and it's all brand new to them. They're like, this is so awesome. And then the person that knows what they're talking about, like, they've done that for the last 3 games.
Right.
You know, so it's kind of good. But then the little bit bad of that is their fantasy in their head that they've created for this game already is too much, where it's a great game no matter what, and they're okay with the little bug, you know, or they're okay with the little things that suck in it. So it's a little bit both way, but I would still prefer to have a fanatic because they can know more in depth with it. Like Napkin, he loves Halo. He knows so much more than what the average person knows about Halo. I got a buddy, Fallout. He knows so much more about Fallout and so many different things about Fallout that he's shown me a little bit more of the cool things about Fallout, and it opens my mind to it versus someone just saying, oh, you got to get Fallout. Why? Because it's a great game. Well, why is that? Because it's just cool. I'm just like, what? You know, so, I mean, so it's a little bit both ways, but overall I would still prefer to have a fanatic, so, I don't know. That's just
I
my
think it just
opinion, though.
depends if they're being honest. You know,
Yeah.
an honest opinion. If you're a fanatic, let's say like if I were to review Tomb Raider or Rainbow Six, yeah,
Right.
it would just boil down to if I'm being honest with it, you know,
Right.
and
Dude.
not just saying like, oh, Rainbow Six is awesome, and just being blinded.
Right.
I just
Yeah,
want to
that
point out that
wouldn't
was
be good.
funny the way that you answered that. You answered that so quickly. Do you think yes?
Oh yeah, yes. Buy
Is
it.
Rainbow yes? Just what? I didn't even ask the question yet. So. Yeah, that's you know that's why I think a lot more of the hardcore group gamers go towards they'll talk to other gamers and get an overall sense for it, and a lot of them don't follow reviews. But just like the whole little stuff that went on with the Gears of War, if you have someone in a younger generation that hasn't played Gears of War, and you go, and it's an epic game, it's a great game.
Yeah, dude,
And
my
you
buddy
have
didn't play it
someone trash
on
it,
Xbox 360, and he's playing it now. And man, dude, he's pretty stoked about it.
right? But if you don't have someone that doesn't know about Gears, someone that's never touched Gears of War, and they are more of the casual gamer that doesn't really play a lot of games, and they look and base their purchases off those reviews, then that's not good because the whole thing that went on with the Gears of War, it really seems like the guy was just an asshat. And, if that's the case, someone could possibly miss out on a great game that they were really interested in, but took someone that was just being a D-bag, they took his opinion over it. So, I don't know. I think that's where it sucks for game reviews, and I think that's a lot more pushed towards the casual player that only buys maybe one or two games, and they're like, oh, I'm not going to waste my $60 on that because this person said it sucked,
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's just form your own opinion. I look at games whenever I research them. I watch gameplay. First, I watch just cinematic trailers. I'll watch gameplay to see if I like the style of what it is. If it's an older game, like if it's a series and the older game is available for me to get, I might try to pick it up to see on the cheap to see if I even like the combat. Like The Witcher, I'm not an RPG guy. I do not like RPGs like that. I was very skeptical about getting The Witcher 3. I do not like that style of games. So I looked at like an hour worth of gameplay that they released for The Witcher 3. I looked at all the trailers. I tried to find the actual combat system, and then I played The Witcher 2 to make sure I liked it. Okay, well, that's a little bit extensive maybe, but this was all over time. This wasn't in one day. And I seen that I liked the game, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm going to get it. I did my own research. I formed my own opinion, and I got something based on what I believed I thought I was going to like. And I ended up liking it. And like I said, that is now my next-gen favorite game. So do your own research. And these big companies, they have one person that could know everything or couldn't know a damn thing about it. And there is just one opinion. Somebody tells you, just like we talked about it last week, Mad Max, the movie, I thought it sucked. Yeah, it was an action flick, but I thought it sucked. Are you not going to go see the movie because I told you the movie sucked? So no, you form your own opinion. You say, hey, now I want to go check that out. You go check it out, and then you say, well, I liked it. I'm glad I watched it because I liked it. So everybody has different tastes. So let's go to the next thing. New Xbox UI is coming out. It's the biggest update yet. They're rolling it out to the users first that gave the most feedback in the preview system. Which sucks because I didn't do really much of feedback on it.
I'm sad. That
I was like, if I would have known, if I just would have known, I would have done it more. So that sucks. But hey, that's respectable. I can understand those guys put in that time to do those feedbacks, and I do them here and there, but I don't do them all the time. So I specifically do them to things that I like instead of things that I just don't really care for.
Yeah. One of the members said they have like a 1900, so they're probably definitely going to get into that first wave.
Wow.
I think the highest that I've had on my friends that I've seen is 1100. and I'm currently sitting at 860,
Oh, man.
Wow.
hoping to get in, but that one member, he's probably definitely going to get in with that 1900. That sounds pretty ridiculous.
You want to know something bad? I don't even know where I can find this information, so I already know that. It's bad. I'm going to have a low score.
It's in the preview app under my
Right.
stats.
Right. Yeah. What are so with that being said, what are some of the things that we actually know that are coming to this?
Well, the backwards compatibility. That's the first thing they always state, which is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
that's
need
pretty
to go
cool.
back and play Mass Effect 1 since I currently am able to play that.
Have you played it before?
No.
That frame rate is ridiculously sucks. I mean, it takes me out, like it takes me out of the zone. It's a very much slower game because I haven't played it either, and it was like the first backwards compatible game, and I was like, I'm gonna get this. I want to get into the Mass Effect series, and everybody just keeps telling me to push through the first game and just get to the second one. But that frame rate, dude, oh my god, it is ridiculously bad, just ridiculous. But if you from what I've seen and from what I've heard and from what I know of the game, it's worth it.
Mhm.
So just do it, you know, just push through it and just get through the first game.
Just
Hopefully,
grind.
right? Yeah, I hate doing that. I hate grinding. It sucks so bad. I hate forcing myself through a game, but I want to know the series and I want to actually play it. So it
Right.
seems like the dialogue is nice in there though. Like the way the story is set up, like the way you choose the different dialogue and stuff. I like that a lot. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the backwards compatibility, I am excited and I'm not excited at the same time for it. Before, I was never really I didn't really suffer from nostalgia. Like, I was like, okay, new games going forward because I have so many new games. But now it's like I'm thinking back on it, I'm like, man, there's some really nice games that I would really like to play. For instance, Mass Effect. I got rid of my 360. I sold it to a buddy that was getting it for his son and stuff. So I was like, okay, fine. So I ended up getting rid of it, and now I'm like, damn, maybe I should have kept that. But then the backwards compatibility is coming, and I'm just like, okay, cool. So hopefully we get a lot. And from the sounds of it, it only sounds like really Activision is the only one being a little bitch about it, and everybody else is pretty much going along with it.
That's crazy because a lot of people want Call of Duty games, right?
Yeah.
What that sounds like to me is that they're gonna do remasters or ports or whatever you want to call them, just bump them 1080, 60, and they're gonna resell them. And I think they're gonna probably my theory on that, just complete theory, no supporting evidence whatsoever of it, is they're gonna do Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. They're gonna do a Black Ops 1 and 2, maybe with World at War. Like they're gonna do like triple packs and sell them for 60. So that's what I kind of have an idea that's gonna happen. Just
Yeah, I can
my
see that
opinion.
happening, too.
See, that's one of the main reasons why I like this backwards compatibility thing because it's kind of like something in the fight against all these remasters coming out, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
because there's way too many in my opinion.
I mean, but you know, it's on certain games. If I want to get into it, I don't mind buying it. Like, it's backwards compatibility is for the people that already have these games. You know what I mean? And if you don't have the game, you still got to buy the game. You know what I mean? Like Mass Effect. I didn't have Mass Effect. I still had to go buy the game, even though backwards compatibility was there. But it gave me the option. That's the big thing. It opens up a great generation of a game system for the 360, and it opens this library up for you to play on your Xbox. And it improves the game. It helps, you know, the screen tears, you know, little issues and stuff like that. And yes, Mass Effect still sucks at their frame rate, even with the enhancement. And but the thing is, I look at it, if it's a new game or if it's a game that I haven't played and it's remade, I don't mind buying it in a sense. But this generation, like you said, has really become the sense of remastered, bumped up, nothing but ports, and I'm just like, why? And that's where I look at. I think really The Witcher 3 was one of the best games that really showed next generation. Like, what other game did we have that really screamed next generation?
The deer
Everything
god.
was kind of just generic in a sense. I mean, I don't want to say generic, but it wasn't just grand. It wasn't just like damn. So I mean, I don't know. Just everything still seemed kind of last gen. It had better graphics.
I think slightly better graphics too. Not
The
even.
Order had really good graphics, so graphics-wise, that kind of took it to that next-gen level.
But okay,
so did Rise also.
But
that's
those games are lacking other departments.
right.
You know?
Right.
Okay, and that was something else we were talking about is are the games coming out that are so beautiful sacrificing gameplay? And that goes directly to that. Rise was a shorter game. You had limited capabilities you could do within the game, but is by far one of the best looking games next gen. And and graphics aren't the only thing that makes a game next gen. We've had beautiful games, but I mean, look at the Order. We had a 5-hour game that was very, very limited to things you could touch, things you could do. Had a sucky AI in it. I mean, very, very bad game. Looked beautiful. I'd rather have a good game than a beautiful game. That's just me, though. So, do you think that it's worth it?
No.
So far, no. And I do think that with the games that have been out that are like really exceptional with the visualizations, the graphics, I think that they are cutting out gameplay. And I think we kind of saw the same thing last gen with games like Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
When you have specifically the Order and specifically Rise, I enjoyed Rise. It was all right. I didn't pay full price for it. Do I think it was worth full price? No. The story was cool. Don't get me wrong, but the game on normal, I think I ran through it in like 8 hours on normal. So yes, you can. The reason I like saying it on normal is because it's right in between, and on hard it's going to take you longer. On easy it's going to go quicker. Simple as that. So 8 hours and still having a little bit of trouble on like 1 or 2 spots wasn't a big deal. 8 hours, that's not a long game, and I think that's unacceptable when you have these games. Don't get me wrong, like you have Dragon Age, that was a really in-depth game, even though I don't care for it. But look at that, it doesn't look beautiful, but it has a lot of content. Look at Grand Theft Auto. Look at the size of that map and the things you're able to do, and that game was from last gen. And look at all the stuff you can do. And that game still looks good on the next gen.
And they're still adding things to it.
And they are still ridiculously adding stuff, and that's major support. But at the same time, they have made their money back. They're like what? I think they're in the top 10 for all-time game sales for Grand Theft Auto 5. I think they're number 4 or 5, somewhere. I don't know. They're in the top 10 of all-time game sales. So, I mean, they've made their money hand over fist for that. But the thing is, the game still looks nice. It doesn't look magnificent, but it looks nice. But look at the world you get. Look at the size. Look at the options of things you have. So I would rather have that and have something able to sink some decent amount of time in versus 8 hours. I think the 8-hour gameplays, stories, they need to go away. It's unacceptable now. But then, how do we see and push the graphics to the next level?
I wouldn't say they're unacceptable. I would just say they're not acceptable to me for $60.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what game
exactly
seems to be a good mixture of both? Tomb Raider, I think, looks nice, and what they're saying in the gameplay and everything, looks like it's going to deliver on both ends of gameplay and visuals.
Yeah, and same thing with The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3, it looks really nice, and the gameplay is like just ridiculous. The amount of hours that you can put into it is ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's... Yeah. Yeah, I try not to go too much into The Witcher and keep rambling about The Witcher 3, but just... Damn! it's just great. So I don't know. Going back to backwards compatibility, I think it's a good thing overall, and it's really gonna push the people away from the 360 because the 360 is probably one of the all-time best consoles, first or second, whoever, depending on your opinion, but it's still up there regardless. And considering that it looks like everybody is pretty much on board with the backwards compatibility, except for the assholes at Activision, that seems like we're going to get a lot of games. I bought The Witcher 2 just in hopes of that it's going to come backwards compatible, but I'm going to assume it will, especially being CD Projekt Red, that they have been such a great developer and giving all this DLC. And there's, to me, it seems like they're one of the few developers that are really out there for the gamer, giving all this DLC, giving expansion packs, and at a reasonable price, and it's heavy content, expansion packs, not just some little BS. So I have faith in you. Give me the backwards compatibility for The Witcher 2, or else. Nah. But some other things. What are some other things that's coming to the new Xbox UI?
A new guide. This is the thing on the list. The next thing. A new guide lets you quickly access essentials with just one button press to save time weaving it in and out of apps. You can access the guide from home by pressing left or double tap the Xbox button on your controller to instantly overlay the guide. You can access friends, quickly start a party, get to settings, see system notifications, view your messages, and more from home or without leaving your game. These are the top tasks Xbox fans do most often. So, what do you guys think about that? Do you have any problems with the guide and the way everything is now?
You're talking about the actual menu, like home, friends, and all that?
Yeah.
I don't. Well, I do and I don't. I have a little bit of issue every blue moon, but that's mainly either A, because I need a hard reset and I have too much stuff open and my kids have been on there and I haven't closed out any of the apps, or B, it's because of the preview program. So it's really hard to say on my opinion in the preview, because we don't experience what the other people experience that are using the polished version. So I don't really, and even at that, I don't really have that many problems with it.
Yeah, you are right.
So that's the thing. Most of us, especially in FOG and here and there, the hardcore gamers typically that are on Xbox, pretty much try to get into the preview program. And that's the thing. You're gonna have these little issues because you are in a beta. That is essentially what it is. You and these other people are getting that stuff that we are getting a month later, but it's polished. So I don't know if I'm not having problems. I'm in a beta. I can only assume these people aren't having that many issues that are in the polished version. So from what it seems like, though, with the new UI, and I like it, is they're not making you get out of your game. I don't want to leave my game to go do something. And that is something that is very new, especially with the Xbox, that before you had to leave. You had to on the 360, you had to get out of the game to go do all these things pretty much, Yeah. And we're just becoming more spoiled ridiculously. But that's what I want. And if they can make that better, then I am all for that. So I don't know.
Yep.
I'm up for it. I go back to what I said in our first podcast, just don't make it suck, Xbox. Don't do it.
I think that new guide is more so the kind of like how you snap things. It says whenever you're accessing friends and party and stuff. So I think that part's more so not the home menu, but whenever you're snapping things or like starting a party with from the like the double tap.
Yeah. I don't mind the double tap.
I mean, sometimes the double tap messes me up. Or I'll go to the dashboard or something.
Yeah.
But that's occasionally.
They're also redesigning the home, and just to make it faster and easier for you to get to things that you like. It says at launch you'll be able to share easier achievements, game clips to the Xbox Live community. And this is pretty cool. It says, see whether your friends are playing the same games and get one-click access to game hubs to get news and updates directly from developers and the community themselves. That's pretty cool. If developers are putting out info directly on the Xbox about a game that I am playing, I'm all for that. I don't have to go search Twitter or I don't have to search Facebook specifically to find these things.
That
It's
is
just right there.
It's kind of
So
like Steam. That's how Steam is. Like their community tab.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So that's pretty cool. I know they're also introducing a new community section to make the Xbox One more social. It says something about based on the feedback, this section is optimized to help you tap into the world of gamers, of what other gamers are doing on Xbox Live directly to contribute to the conversation happening within the Xbox Live community. Check out what your friends are up to and keep track of the games you will follow in the redesigned activity feed. So we're getting a redesigned activity feed. I'm curious to see what that looks like. I hope it's a little bit more interactive. I hope you can click a little bit more things, maybe possibly versus just a showroom. And it says you can explore the new trending sections to view the most popular posts from players on Xbox Live.
You know, sometimes I wonder if Sony and Microsoft chit chat about some of the things that's going on with their consoles, because this is like the same thing that's going to be coming with the new 3.0 update for PlayStation 4, right?
Yep. The community tab.
I strongly.
I don't know if they're the exact same, but I mean, it's a community section. Both of them are now going to have a community section.
I'm gonna tread lightly on this topic here. I don't necessarily think that I do not think Yoshida and Phil Spencer are making phone calls to each other, but I think overall it's kind of a monkey see, monkey do, and I think both somehow, some way, both, not one, both, see something the other person's doing and does it. And I know a lot of this goes into, oh, they're copying off each other, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't really matter. More features on any system, just whatever.
Yep.
Now,
Right.
the community tab, the community section was already kind of on Xbox. They've already had that social aspect on where you could add a topic or you could post something on there. You can like someone's videos. You can like someone's achievements. You can comment on people's achievements. You could post entirely different posts. You know, hey, I'm getting on Xbox. I'm getting on Grand Theft Auto 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. You know, blah blah blah. So that's already been there for an Xbox. So I think they're gonna just enhance it more. Now,
The hub, the hubs for the games, that kind of reminds me of a community section.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Game hubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it has a lot of different things. I don't really look into it too much. I use my phone, the smart glass, more for that. But I think it really goes into where you go in there, you can have a lot more different leaderboards. And I like that. I like seeing the different things. I like seeing that I died way more than somebody or way less than somebody. They vary from game to game in the game hub than what's on smart glass. As far as the copying, though, I think that's pretty much a good thing overall. If you're worried about copying, I kind of look at it as get the fuck over it, honestly. That's just my opinion. Anything that someone can add more features to something you've already paid for and it wasn't there originally, that is a good thing regardless of what it is. So that's just my opinion. Also, it says that they are optimizing the store, and I know Catastrophe likes this for some reason, where you can quickly find content you want. I don't typically go to the store that much. I use my phone to buy stuff.
I go to the store a lot, and I'm glad they're redoing it because it's kind of poop right now. Like,
What don't you like about it?
I don't like that. Like, it's not. I don't know. It doesn't seem organized to me. And like sometimes there'll be like videos that you'll see out in the on the homepage, and then like once they're gone, you can't find them again. They're like nowhere to be found. You know how like the store used to be on Xbox 360, where it had like different sections for like games and videos or demos.
You can't even separate the searches by genre anymore, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're right.
And so I hope that they're gonna redo that and make it, well, just better in general, in my opinion. I kind of like it better the way that it was on Xbox 360.
I actually didn't like it on 360. I thought it was a cluster from hell.
Really?
To give it a little bit
right now.
I thought it was slower on 360.
Yeah, we'll see, but that's the thing though. Like I said, I don't really go into the store. I'll check out the deals. I'll see the deals that they have on the homepage that they're having for that week. I'll check that out, and that's pretty much it. If usually 99% of the time, I'll either A, buy a game day one, or B, I'll catch it on sale. So that's most of the time. Don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, I will go into the store, but that is very, very rare. And that even with that, I will most of the time buy the games through my phone on the smart glass. So I don't know. I guess it doesn't really bother me. A little bit more information on that. It says they're optimizing the store to help you quickly find the content you want. It says to the right of one guide, you'll find a new and improved store with features including 4 easy ways to explore areas: games, movies, TV, apps, and music. The new vertical gallery view to bring more listings in a glance. It says browse through categories like staff picks, new releases, top plays, top rated, coming soon, recommendations to discover new games, apps, entertainment for your Xbox One. So
See, to me, it already sounds better.
I mean, but it really doesn't separate it that much.
I remember someone asking, like, where do I find the indie games? And I remember one time in the store they had a block for actual indie games.
Right.
Where it was just nothing but indie games in there. But then after that, it was gone. You can't get to it again. Like, I don't like that. They need to have it where you could find that stuff and have it separated all the time.
Why separate it?
Say what?
Why separate the indies? They're games too, you know.
Well, still though, but some people want to see actual indie games. Why have a block for it in the first place if you're not going to do it like that?
But regardless of the block that was there, why would you want indie games separated? Are people specifically just looking for an indie game like that? Or to me, it's just like you're looking through the games.
The person that was looking for it was.
Or you mean like the 360 had it, where the arcade games were separated?
Right.
Right. Well, I guess I look at it as if you're just looking for a game, you're going through the games, and if it happens to be an indie game, then it's an indie game. I don't know. I've never specifically said, I'm going to look for an indie game, but at the same time, I'm not an indie game person, so I don't know. I don't understand that. Have you ever done that? Have you ever gone to the store and said, I'm going to look for an indie game?
Me, myself, no. But I have been like wondering where the game videos are. Like, those used to be in the Xbox 360 store. And they had like an actual place where you could just go look specifically for the game videos, like the trailers and whatnot. And I hope they bring that back. I just don't like the store the way it is right now. They need to redo it.
Well, with the way you can just go to YouTube so easily, you know, without you can snap YouTube, you know, I don't think they would release something like that, like a whole video game trailer tab or something, you know?
Right.
You can just be like, yo, Xbox, go to YouTube and type in whatever you want.
Yeah, right. True. Because even those the blocks that they have that shows the game trailers now are actual YouTube blocks.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. The trailers are actually YouTube links, like when you click on them.
Yeah.
Right. What happened to demos? What happened to a demo section?
Demos is actually there, though, at the bottom of the list.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he meant demos in general.
No, demos, I did mean demos.
Like we're not getting many. No, I've seen more lately, though. Like there's a Castle Crashers came with a demo. There's been the other indie games have demos, and I was surprised. I was like, oh, nice. They should start doing this more.
Well, the other thing that we're going to have is Cortana. They took her from Halo. I don't know. They're also going to have the Xbox avatars. It says that a little thing that you can go into the Xbox app on Windows 10, and they have a customize your avatar, and you download a little app, and you can full-on customize your avatar all in on your PC. So that's pretty cool. But going back to the Cortana, you know, this says that Xbox One Cortana becomes your personal gaming assistant. Cortana helps you evaluate your Cortana helps you elevate your game, get smarter over time, and works across all your Windows 10 PCs, tablet phones. Cortana will also be soon available on iPhone and Android phones. Through the voice commands on Xbox One, Cortana will assist you more quickly to find great games, new challengers, friends on Xbox Live, or accomplish common tasks. Cortana can also help you get achievements by surfacing videos and information to help you succeed in them. Working across Windows 10 PCs, tablets, blah, 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 Cortana can assist you wherever you are. That is awesome. Again, I want Cortana to just add a friend to a party without me
without getting out of your game.
Yes.
Oh, that'll be crazy.
Cortana adds Sticky to a party, and bam. That's what I want. Please make that happen. If not, I'm deleting the Windows 10 off my Xbox. So. Nah, that's what I really want, though. And as that sounds, that is the main thing I literally want. Like, that to me is just so annoying that I gotta stop playing my game to do that. Because if I'm in a multiplayer game, you either die or wait till you die. Simple as that. So that's pretty much, I think that's most of it for the update that I can really see. I think a lot of the other stuff is just going to be cosmetic and what we're going to have to wait and just see whatever comes out. Let's see. Destiny sells 6.3 million units within the month of the release of the Taken King DLC.
Dang.
Wow.
Man,
For that is hands down has to be said the best new IP as in sales for a new IP. That is pretty good. I hear so many mixed things about this game. I surprisingly looked at it, and I had almost 60 hours in it, which I didn't even know I had that much in it because I really didn't care for it. I don't care for grinding. So I was really surprised when it said it had done that well. Good for them. Bungie, I think, was a very good developer. I think they got in bed with the wrong people. They wanted to be free, and now they are stuck for like 10 years or something like that. And now they're going to be known as Destiny, and that's it. Destiny seems to have a very strong following. The people who are playing it seem to be very addicted to it. So they did something right in that sense for those people that like to grind. But what other game have we had that's even come close to that this generation?
Other than GTA, because GTA sold a lot, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what Advanced Warfare did. I could only assume that's the other one that would be pretty much up there. But specifically being a new IP, that's pretty good, and kudos to them for that. I know we had the Master Chief Collection come in at like 5 million or something like that.
right.
Not a new IP, but
Right.
hey, in some ways, hey, look, that was Bungie.
Yeah.
So hey, I don't really know why these people are so addicted to Destiny. And if you like it, kudos to you. Congratulations. I hope y'all are enjoying the new Taken King. Something interesting, though, about Activision or Sony, I don't know who is the asshole here for this, because when I looked on Xbox, it was on there. Supposedly, this was an actual recorded audio call, and they took Destiny off the store. And this is where digital kind of becomes scary, because these guys can basically do what they want. The guy bought Destiny day one. He deleted it off the PlayStation 4 because he ran out of space. Okay? So he deleted the game. He still owns the game. When you buy the game digitally, just because you delete it does not mean you don't own the game, right?
Right.
Okay. So now he went and he tried to download Destiny again. He couldn't download Destiny. He called Sony, and the customer service person told him that Activision took the game down off the store that he has to wait until Taken King releases in order to download Destiny. That doesn't even make sense because Taken King is a separate DLC. Why would you not be able to download the core base game of Destiny if you already bought it? It should be regardless there. You know what I mean? So I don't know who's the asshole, if that was Activision's or if that was Sony, but regardless, that has to make you think about digital. This guy could not get the game he paid his money for because they decided to take it down. And I don't know the time gap that he had to wait for Destiny, the Taken King to come out, but it doesn't matter. If it was a day or if it was 2 months, he couldn't download his game that he already purchased. That makes digital a little scary, you know? It's kind of like, wait a minute, all of a sudden your games could just not be there that you paid for?
That does sound weird.
I don't know. That's just crazy. And whenever they were talking to the Sony rep, they were just like, there's nothing you can do. Literally was just like, sorry. Just that's all they could do or say. And he already but get this. Check this out. He couldn't get the game he already bought, but it would let him purchase it again.
What?
What kind of shit is that? So, I don't know. That's just something to think about with all these games going digital and whatnot, and it's kind of scary because I'm all digital. All the games I get are digital, but the one advantage that I like is I'm able to hook a hard drive up to my Xbox, and I have them all. I have them all sitting on a hard drive. So, but guess what? If that hard drive goes out and I can't re-download them, then what? I'm stuck. I'm just gonna lose games. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
kind of scary. So I don't know. I just thought that was something interesting that I had seen the other day. So I don't know. It's pretty crazy.
Dude, you know what? That's funny because even though the Xbox Arcade is about to get taken off the presses or whatever, you can still download any of the games that you have already bought from there. And they kind of actually made a point to actually say that on Twitter, that even though it's going offline, you will still be able to download any of the games that you bought in the past.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That has happened with they had released Double Dragon on the Xbox 360 Marketplace, but they had removed it after a couple of years. But you can still go back and download it if you already owned it. You know.
Also, the game wasn't available for sale anymore, but if you already bought it, you were still able to acquire it.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why I say I don't know if that's Sony being an asshole or I don't know if that is Activision being an asshole. I don't know. But someone's being an asshole because if you pay for something like that, that is part of this whole digital thing that they are moving us to and that we are choosing to go along with, then they need to fix that because if you pay for it, you should have access to it. Now, if it's something that is just the server down or something like that, you know, just one of those bugs that just happens, I understand, but just to completely say you got to wait until a DLC pack comes out, if that's a month away and you want to play your game now, I'm not going to want to wait a month. I'm going to ask for a refund. And we know Sony don't give refunds, so you're stuck. I mean, it's just scary, man. Just scary. So, just something to think about for digital games. Yeah, sucks. Next, we have the Witcher 3 expansion pack. In my Dynamite. Yes!
When did that come out?
October 13th, a month away. I cannot freaking wait.
October 13th. How much is it going to be?
You can get the expansion pass, which comes with both DLCs for $25. Okay.
Oh wow, that's pretty good actually.
Well, this is where it gets even better because this is part of them being great devs and not just screwing people over with this common DLC that we are being plagued with, and that is just ridiculous. For $25, and you can buy it separate. Actually, you can buy the first one that's coming out for $9.99, $10. All right.
Mhm.
So the first expansion is a 10-hour minimum game. They're saying stories about 10 hours.
Mm.
That already beats a lot of full games that release. Okay.
Right.
So
Especially
for $10. You said what?
especially recently.
Right. So you're getting a 10-hour story from the first one, or 10 hours worth of gameplay in the first expansion, and then the second expansion that is supposed to come out sometime before April 2016 is supposed to be 20 hours.
Dang.
So you are getting 30 hours of expansion gameplay to one of the best games out this generation that has already had so much content filled in it that Witcher 3 was not lackluster whatsoever, that you're talking 30 hours additional for $25. That is damn well DLC. That is well deserved, and I will be getting that day one. I just can't wait. I cannot wait for that. So it's coming out October 13th, and it is also a reminder, Witcher has had 16 DLC packs that came out that games like Evolve or Mortal Kombat would have charged you $100 for. They've already given 16 DLC packs out for free. This one is called Hearts of Stone, and it's coming out next month, and this is some of the info on it. It's going to be aimed for players that are level 30 plus. So you can still play it whenever you want, regardless of level. It's just aimed towards the people that have already beat the game, which is good.
You'll just die.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You'll just die. So that's pretty cool because you don't want to start over on an expansion, or B, you don't want to be a level 30 and feel like you're playing level 4 stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So I think that's very good, but you can play it whenever. Like you said, you'll just die. There was a trailer release for it, and that was pretty cool. It was very short. It was just a teaser, but it was pretty cool in the sense of they were dragging Geralt. They were just dragging him. He was being dragged across the floor. So for that to actually happen and him being captured, that's interesting. And the guy that was right next to him being dragged had on his belt a hanging head, a severed head. So that's like, okay. And then a little bit further into the teaser, the guy went and touched Geralt's face, and it lit up blue. Like it some kind of possessed him or did some kind of something to his mind. So maybe...
Oh, yeah, I kind of remember seeing this, yeah.
So maybe it turned him bad. I don't know. I can't wait. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So, there is a possibility of a physical standalone version of Gwent, and it's coming with the limited or collector's edition. I don't know, little collector's case that I want Catastrophe to buy me, and you must find it. It looks sick, and I'm going to actually try to get that. And if I get it, I will give away the Gwent cards because I don't want them. I just want the damn case.
You saw that yesterday, right? Is that the first time you've seen it?
What
Was yesterday?
The teaser?
No, the little case that you're talking about.
No, I seen it the first day it was announced.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because you mentioned it to me like 3 times yesterday.
Right. Well, I just wanted you to know that I want you to get that for me. Just when you get a chance, eBay, Walmart, whatever you can find it.
All right,
GameStop.
Go ahead and put your address in the description below.
Oh, okay. P.O. Box, hell. It says, without getting into too many spoilers, it says the Hearts of Stone continues Geralt's story and where he and other characters end up at the end of Witcher 3. It says, no, the story told in Hearts of Stone is pretty much standalone from the events that took place in Wild Hunt, so even players who have not finished the game can play. So it says, it has a question, is Hearts of Stone providing only one major narrative, or Have new side quests, Witcher contracts, and other missions been included as well? Can we give any example? This says Heart of Stone consists of all things packed together to give you 10 hours of new adventures. However, I'm pretty sure that we're being a bit conservative with that number. Remember the 100 hours needed to complete everything in Wild Hunt? Shit. I'm at like 144 hours, and I haven't nowhere near completed everything. And I know Jason, he's like at 400 hours almost 400 hours in the game. So yeah, if they're saying 100 hours was needed to complete everything in Wild Hunt, and that's like a 300-hour game, I mean, think of what that 10 hours could be. So like I said, that's a 10-hour minimum. You know what I mean? That 20 hours for that second expansion is a 20-hour minimum. You know, so that is a lot of content for an expansion, and yeah. And it says you'll be able to have a lot more fun than that. In a nutshell, Hearts of Stone features one major narrative that branches out to give gamers alternative ways to completing it, adds a few side quests, random encounters, and monster hunts. So, it says with the Hearts of Stones, we introduced a few new really powerful characters, but longtime fans should definitely be happy with one of the characters. I remember someone saying that it was going to be an old character. I remember seeing something about that. I really like that you can. It says that level 1 Geralt doesn't have the necessary tools to combat, you know, the things that lie ahead. So it's definitely, it says I think that the 30 plus level is roughly what they give you for the best experience, but lower level players can try and test their skills as well, but you'll die. So that is the DLC for The Witcher. What, 31 days or something like that. That is absolutely amazing. Can't wait for that. Let's see what we got next. We got Dragon Age also came out with DLC, and they are saying that I think this is the final one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. Because I think they released like 2 or 3 others already.
It said something about BioWare is moving on. What are they moving on to? I just had this right here, and the bastard wants to run away.
It's the start reamping up for Mass Effect, the next one. What is it, Armageddon or something like that?
Oh, yeah. I don't think it's called. Is it called Armageddon?
No, I don't think it's Armageddon. It's something similar to that, though. Let me see.
Right. Yeah, the Dragon Age Inquisition's Epilogue DLC is out now, and it says Trespassers, I believe, is called across Xbox One, PS4, and PC. It's not coming to last-gen consoles. And it says it's something we haven't tried before. And it says Trespassers tells an entirely new story set 2 years after the main game. The story explores what it's like to be world-saving organization when the world is no longer needs saving. So that's pretty cool. I believe it's $15. I know I'm not a Dragon Age fan. I know people who played it absolutely love it, so I'm sure they are pretty excited for it. So it doesn't say what they're moving on to, but like you said, I'm going to assume probably the Mass Effect. But wouldn't they have already been on that? I don't know.
And it's Andromeda.
Andromeda,
Mass Effect, Andromeda.
Yeah.
Oh, they want me to watch an in-depth review to see what BioWare is moving on to next.
BioWare. It has to be Mass Effect, right?
Yep, Commander Shepard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really want to get into that Mass Effect series so I can get ready for that one. Everything that I've been told about the game, I really seem excited about it, so I can't wait to see about that.
Well, you have a year to catch up. Andromeda's supposed to be coming in Q4 2016, so you have roughly a year to catch up.
You know, that's another thing. EA Access. They're talking about possibly backwards compatible games. So if you're paying $30 a year, what if they unlock a majority of their past games?
Oh, dude, see, that would be awesome.
Dude, Dead Space. I'm looking at you, Dead Space. I'm coming
Oh,
for Dead
you know
Space.
what's crazy? This is gonna sound like the ultimate hypocrite, but I would like a Dead Space remaster. At least part 1. After I just bashed remasters, dude, with Dead Space is life.
Well, you know what? I guess it's so much just to side note it real quick because I really don't care to get back into it that much. But the remasters are okay if they are warranted. A year-old game should not be quote unquote remastered. They are not remasters. They are fucking ports. Okay? They are a little bit bumped. They are not being built from the ground up and all of this. They are just ports over, and that's what I think that this generation is tired of. So some games being completely remastered, I think, is completely fine. It's just the ports that were a year old is unnecessary. It's not needed. So that's just my opinion. Just hey, whatever. But yeah, Dead Space, I would love that. If I can get all 3 Dead Spaces, 3 Dead Space games, and have it for $30 for a year, just that alone is worth it. Just that alone is worth it. Um, Although I'm sure I could find it super cheap. That'd be more for the people that need to just or want to just play through it. Um, Dead Space 1, that was man. Did you play Dead Space Catastrophe?
No, I didn't.
Oh my, you gotta play that, man. That is nice. That is very, very nice.
I heard that game was creepy as fuck.
Dude, that is like some like you're just like you're walking and then all of a sudden, bam, in your face, die, motherfucker.
Oh, man.
You got to shoot their arms off, and then they're like still trying to bite you and crawl at you, and then if you like shoot their legs off, they're like using these arms that look like what's the guy off Mortal Kombat that had the sword arms?
Baraka.
Yeah, so they look like him.
Yeah.
That's what they look like, and they're crawling on the floor, even though you shoot their legs off. So you got to shoot their legs off. What I would do is I would use the the rail gun? What was it, the line gun, whatever, and it shot
Plasma
like
cutter?
the plasma cutter, and it's shot in a line across, and you can alternate it if it's shot up and down or if it's shot side to side.
Man.
Stop. That was awesome. and then I would shoot their legs. And then I would shoot their head, and they would still come after you. You would have to shoot their arms off and shit. So that game was awesome. The most horrible part of that game, in a good way, was when you were timed and all the air was coming out and you were like had to get to something. You had to reset something to reset the oxygen, and you're like running. And everything is trying to kill you, and you're just running, and you're running out of oxygen. You're trying to kill these things at the same time, and you got to get to this point. That was the anxiety buildup was intense. Like it's just like you felt it. Like the way the environment was set up on the game, the way that the sound effects, everything in that game was A1. That was an awesome game.
Yeah.
Oh man! And when you got Sticky, when you got back to that fucking little train thing, weren't you just like relieved? You were just like, oh my god. You were just like, oh my god, I'm here. I made it. Oh, we made it. So yeah, you if that comes out, that is a must try. I'm a big Halloween person, so whenever it gets around to this time within the next couple of weeks. I love horror games, and I specifically love horror movies and stuff like that. And I get in that mood. I want that scary game. I want that creepy game, and Dead Space is definitely one of them. Definitely one of them. So that's a must try if it comes out, man. Definitely. Man, I forgot where the hell I was at. The EA, if they come out with all those backwards compatible games, that is a big thing for library-wise. Like, if they unlock that, that's awesome. Let's see. Next, we got Kingdom Hearts 2.9 leaks.
What?
Y'all are fans of Kingdom Hearts?
I've only beat part 1. I liked it a lot, though.
Part 1 also. I was playing part 2, but we were kind of playing with a couple of friends at the same time, and getting our schedules together for us all to be able to play at the same time turned out to screw it up for me. And then after that, I ended up getting rid of my PS2, so I never got a chance to finish that one. I saw a rumor that 2.9 might possibly be the past games made for PS4.
Past games?
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah, like 1 and 2. Like, I guess 1 and 2, I guess maybe those remakes, the 1 and 2 remakes.
So it'll be like a remake before 3 coming out?
Say what?
It'll be like a remake for before 3 comes out?
Yeah, right.
Huh.
So that'd be pretty cool. But I was just going to say that, man, why are they trying to develop more games whenever 3 has been in development for like however many years already?
Right.
They need to just go ahead and release that one before they start making some more stuff, unless it is going to be remakes of the past ones. Like, don't keep making new games if you're not even finished making the new game.
Right. Definitely. We'll just move on from that. We're running out of time, and we have a stuff load more to talk about. Knoxville. Let's get into that real quick. What you got on that, Catastrophe? I know you got the new voted game, Knoxville.
Oh, okay.
From the developers of the Max, the Curse of the Brotherhood. So
yeah, that's Press Play. Press Play. They're the ones that are doing it. They actually had people vote for what they wanted the next game to be. There were 3 that you could select from. Those 3 were Project Dwarka. That's actually the one that I voted for. That one was like a first-person co-op game. It was kind of like a dungeon crawler, I guess, and it was a co-op game. That's the one that I voted for. That one didn't win. There was Project Karoo, and that one was more so like you're building vehicles. It's kind of like a co-op game where you're building stuff and you're building vehicles. Knoxville was the one that actually won. That one is a third-person multiplayer action game that's kind of like a survival game.
Okay.
Yeah, they said it's inspired by the Running Man and the Hunger Games.
Yeah, it says that it has like an end game. It has like an end game show setting.
Yeah.
It says players must work together and against each other to win a sadistic game show. It says all of the contestants can survive if they work together and don't let greed or personal gain get the best of them. It's with this game we aim to go further than anyone else when it comes to dynamic relationships and spectator interaction. Man, that sounds like it's going to be boring as hell to me. That sounds like a Telltale game. I don't know. I know a lot of people like those kind of games, so that's pretty cool. I don't know. I'll probably have to. We really don't see much of it. We really have to see if it kind of. What has me interested, which is crazy, is the sadistic game show part. Like, it kind of reminds me of Saw. Was it Saw?
Oh yeah, Saw. Yeah.
Saw. Like if you play together, you won't die. If you be assholes, you're all gonna die. So they're gonna have dynamic relationships, spectator interaction, dynamic and diverse game show arenas, afterlife mechanic, intense high-stake combat, upgrade systems, and it said they will continue to include the community in the development process of Project Knoxville. Early versions of the game will be released to fans, for fans to try, and people will get to take part in the meetings of the project reviews remotely through Skype. That's pretty cool. You got to get with the fans, man. Got to get with the fans.
And Lewis put a link for that in Fog for to sign up for that beta or whatever.
Yeah. It says that for the beta. It says that it's a Hunger Games meets Running Man and Left 4 Dead. So that's interesting. We'll definitely keep tabs on that and bring more info as that comes, and can't wait to see it. It's something that's a little different in the sense of the way the interaction is, especially through a console, and I like that. People are more excited for things. People's perceptions change when they're involved with things. You know what I mean? Right. Versus just here's a game. You know, so it's pretty interesting. But
and so far, I just like Press Play in general. They did Max the Curse of Brotherhood, and they also did that game Kalimba. I don't know if any of you played it, but that game was actually a really good, fun co-op game. Me and my wife played that game, and we were screaming at each other
Nope.
No, you messed up. No, you
Right.
messed up. That was your fault.
Yeah.
And that
Max
game
was
actually,
awesome. Max
yeah,
was
Max.
probably my favorite indie game, so that was very, very awesome.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the one and only Halo 5. Halo 5 multiplayer drops, voting, and Beatles systems. What do you think about that?
I have no problems with it. I think that's kind of a good thing because people get tired of playing the same maps that everyone votes for. And I'm
Right.
kind of guilty of that myself. As soon as I see Haven's getting voted for, unless it's like the pit or something like that.
Right. What do you think about it, Sticky?
I don't have a problem with it either. I agree with what Catastrophe said completely. It's like people on the Halos that are out naps a lot
Right.
with the way the system is now. So I think being able to play on every map is pretty cool. We'll get used to every map,
Right.
or you're just gonna have people quitting, like, yo, screw this map,
Yeah.
Right.
Or even like
which
everyone
happens
votes
on like
for.
Battlefield.
Yeah. I don't care for it either. I think it's a good thing. I like being able to play all the maps. I like them random. I hate that you could possibly get the same map 2 or 3 times in a row, maybe. Even though I
Right,
really haven't
especially
seen
if
that
it's a
too
map that
much.
you just hate.
Right. That you get dominated on. But I mean,
Right.
overall, I think it's a good thing. I'd rather just have a cycle. Some kind of system that mixes them all up. So I think that's a good thing. I'm sure that's going to get a point taken away though on the reviews because they took away the voting system. And going into that, the split screen, I understand that's something else that I'm sure that Halo will get hit for in these reviews also, that they will take away for them not having split screen.
Oh
And
yeah, that's gonna happen.
and that sucks. And the reason I say that is because I understand that split screen is still relevant. I have children. I understand it. But at the same time, if they have to take that out to give me a fluid game that is 60 frames per second, I would take that over that. And the reason you have to, some people, if you really think about it, you have to look at it as you have a split screen option or a 60 frames option. That split screen is going to be played by some. That 60 frames is going to be played by all. So you have to give it to all versus a handful. You can't please everybody, but I would much rather have 60 frames per second any day over split. My 8-year-old daughter has an Xbox. Buy your kid an Xbox so y'all can play together. Stop being cheap. So, anyways,
And you can't bring up like, oh, Call of Duty has split screen still, but Call of Duty, those graphics are terrible though. They're usually not as good as the Halo's graphics are going to be.
everything has a give and take. Everything.
Right.
And if that means I have to lose split screen for something that I wouldn't use that often anyways, and I know some people will, you have to understand that every copy sold, that 60 frames is being used. Everybody is going to be using the 60 frames versus only a handful are going to be using the couch co-op. So I feel for it. I enjoy couch co-op, but 60 frames, I'll take it any day over it. So also along with the Halo, they are giving free maps. Free maps. Free maps. That is awesome. We are plagued again in this conversation of DLC that Call of Duty Battlefield, $50 for a couple extra maps. It's ridiculous. I bought the Battlefield premium maps, and the game sucks so much with so many errors and so many problems that I wasted the $50. So to give me free maps in this time, in this day and age, on a AAA game that is going to be one of the best-selling games this year, this gen, that is awesome. That is very rare, and more people need to do it. Just me. I don't know. Who doesn't want free maps?
Right. Do you, I remember when they kind of used to do that
Those
back in the day? But they would make, or they wouldn't make people, but they'd give them the option to buy it first, and then after like a month or two, and then they would make them free.
Right. Yeah,
You
I
guys
remember
remember that?
that. Yeah, I remember that.
I
and
would
that
always wait for them to become free.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I get it though. I mean, everything takes time. Development takes money. You know,
Right.
I understand it. But at some point with these games, specifically like Rise, The Order, they should have given you another 10, 15 hours worth of DLC for free because there wasn't that much in the damn game.
Right.
So it's just. And they said like the Halo campaign is going to be like a 15 to 20 hour campaign. That
Really?
would be the longest that there is at. I heard like 16 to 18, so I'm going to expand and say low 15, high 20. So that's pretty cool. That's definitely going to be one of the longest Halos I could see. So I think they're going to go all out. So that's definitely a good thing. Speaking of it, then of the great wonderful DLC, you have Fallout that is not even out yet, nowhere near out yet. We got like 2 months for the game, and they're already saying season pass for $30. I don't know when season passes and stuff became $30. Hell, even Batman was $40. What happened to the 1999 DLC? And now we're having it more and more and more. It's like they're just going up. They're charging you for $40
And
for
then
Batman.
multiple season passes too for a game. For a single game, you buy a season pass, and there'll be some DLC that's not included in it, which I think is BS.
Right. Well, to Fallout's defense, I think that is one of those games that will actually have a lot of. Well, it's going to have a lot of content. They're already saying 400 hours and something like that for overall, and so I don't think it's a lack of content, but it kind of just like, okay, why are you already worried about DLC and you haven't even put the game out yet? If it was a week or two or something like that before it came out, that's one thing, but we're talking months before it's even coming out. It's just kind of one of those things. It's just kind of like, damn, really? It's like every game has to have DLC, and it's become more and more ridiculous. I guess it's okay sometimes, in my opinion, when it's warranted. You know, if like for instance, Fallout, I think it will be warranted. The only reason this is a subject is because it's just coming out so early. And if it's so early and it's already coming out, then why isn't it just going to go ahead and be in the game? Maybe they haven't even started working on it. Who knows? I don't know. But I look at it as some of those games, if you've already given me a crap load of content and its expansions, that's cool. But these games like Batman, $40 DLC, that's ridiculous. I have like 60% in Batman with like 20 hours. That's ridiculous. You know, it's just, and people are saying it's game of the year and all this. Okay, maybe to you, but that is a very, very, very content lacking game. So I don't know. I think this season pass stuff is just becoming. I don't understand why the price is going up. That's what I don't understand. $30, $40. It used to be $20.
Right.
So I don't know. The last thing we're gonna go into is, I know Sticky has this one. It is the Grand Theft Auto 5 free mode. Stopping updates. They are stopping updates for the 360 and PS3. What is the Grand Theft Auto 5 free mode?
Oh man, my page is not opening.
Oh, and you're fired.
Oh man.
You've had an hour and a half.
No, I already had it open.
You had one job.
Here, but when I went to click on it, Chrome isn't responding.
You had one job.
Blame it on Google.
Dude, mine did that also. It did that for Knoxville. Luckily, I had like a couple of tabs up about it.
Nice. I know some of the stuff about the free mode. They're gonna have it where they're not gonna have loading screens or something. It's gonna be like a whole little new mode where no loading screens, no wait. I can't remember exactly all, but I just specifically remember the no loading time. Or
Yeah,
that's
I got the
huge.
thing if you want me to read it.
Yeah, go ahead, knock it out.
Yep.
And go.
We go. A new advancement in open world gameplay, giving players access to a range of seamlessly integrated games and challenges.
taking full advantage of the latest generation of consoles and PC hardware. There are no menus, lobbies, or load times. Just an open free mode session filled with friends, crewmates, rivals, and randoms where spontaneous and chaotic new games and challenges will appear. One of these events can kick off at any given time while in your session to decide exactly which ones will happen. So you can play as much or as little of this new content as you like, with countless variations on each free mode event. So they were saying like there can be like different events where it's gonna be pretty much like a live event like Destiny has, where there's gonna be a session. They're gonna say whoever does the longest wheelie on a motorcycle. So everyone in there is gonna,
Awesome.
gonna be doing that, you know.
That's crazy.
Or
Whoever gets the
like
most headshots or
kill the
something
beast.
like that. Right.
Yeah, like kill the beast. Somebody's gonna be turned into a beast, and you show someone on the trailer with a mask, and everyone's gonna be hunting them.
Right.
So
Right.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I really like that Rockstar is continuing this development and support for Grand Theft Auto 5. Like I said, they've made their money back hand over fist, and they have but they have continued to support the game very, very much, and that's really cool. You don't get that really too much. After about a year of the game, people just call it a wrap, and that's it. And I think that's cool, especially that they came out with the heist modes. Even though I think the heists waited a little bit too long to come out with, people were kind of already like, whatever. But they keep doing a bunch of, DLC. They keep adding things in for holidays. They keep adding this and that. So for them to continue all this stuff after so long, and they don't have to. That's the thing. They don't have to. They are just doing it, and that's really awesome because they've already made their money and it's already done. So I think that's really cool. Are y'all still playing Grand Theft Auto? I really haven't. I've played it so much, like it was ridiculous.
I am now. I'm
You're playing it
Definitely
right now?
interested in this update.
Oh,
No, not
okay.
now, but I'm saying after when this comes out, I definitely am
Right.
gonna go back into it. They're also
Yeah.
adding two new modes called Hunting
Nice.
Pack. And let me see what it is. Hunting Pack. You're part of a team tasked to deliver a priority vehicle rigged to explode if it drops below a minimum speed. That's gonna be hard. While your
Yeah.
opponents race, ram, and batter to take it down. Oh man. And Cross the Line. I think you'll like this one more, just like I thought so too. Where heavily armed squads face off across a neutral zone with the goal of having all team members strategically penetrate their opponent's territory to claim victory.
That sounds awesome. You remember how much I was on Grand Theft Auto 5. I was
Yep.
a freaking crackhead on there, and that was I love the co-op aspect of it. I never played in open lobbies. Always played private and stuff like that with a bunch of buddies, and we even had game night, and we can bring game night back for that because Monday we will be putting a poll up of several different games, and we will let you pick the game we play next Saturday for game night, and that's when we will be doing the either $10 contest to whoever's the best player, MVP, or wins a free for all. So something like that. Depends on the game. We'll have to work it out whenever that game is chosen.
Oh yeah, speaking of contest, that upload contest is ending tomorrow. Members, please go vote for your favorite video. Whoever has the most likes by the end of tomorrow will be the winner of the $10 Amazon gift card. So people go vote.
Yeah, and the winner we will take their video and upload it to our channel, and we'll have it out there, and we'll share it around so people can see what a badass you are. And if you have a YouTube, we'll put that in the description of it so people can follow you if you care or don't care, whatever. And we'll have it. That's how we'll show the winner. And the last thing we have is a beta code, right?
Yeah, beta code for Gigantic. It can be used for Xbox One or Windows 10.
Nice.
And I will go ahead and put that on the screen now.
Yeah, I need to get that code from you. Let me go ahead and grab that.
So if you're watching, get a pen or pencil and get ready to enter this code.
Yep, someone is watching, so they'll probably get it.
Let's see, where is it?
You had one job.
Fire him. Boot him.
Boot him.
Boot him again.
Boot him again.
Okay, here we go. The FogCast beta code giveaway for Gigantic for Xbox One or Windows 10.
Here's a hint. Put the paper down and take a screenshot.
It's going to be TZHD54J PSVDSB ITYHVSW J57HDE. And to use this code, you're going to have to go register at gogigantic.com/redeem. You enter it there, and then they'll give you the code for Windows 10 or Xbox One.
All right. Again, just take a screenshot of what he just said and go put the code in. So you got to make things easy in life, man. You got to make things easy. So, well, guys, we are over time, and that is all we have to talk about today. Again, check out the Facebook group, Fanboys of Gaming. Link will be in the description below. Check out fanboysofgaming.com for gaming news. Shout out to Will and Daryl for all of the hard work y'all do for us. Also, we have a secondary news channel, which is hosted by Mike, one of our FOG members, and he does more of the weekly news, and they have their own little podcast thing going on, but they mainly do our news for us, and they are Fanboys of Gaming podcast as well. The link will be in the description below. Check them out. Sub, guys. What else, man? That it? We good?
I got nothing else.
All right. Well, enjoy the beta, whoever got it. Again, go to the Facebook group. You can deal with other gamers, not bullshit. All right, guys, take it easy. We are out. We'll catch you next time. Also, we're going to have a showing on Wednesday with me and the other podcast guy, Mike. So we'll catch you Thursday, actually. We'll upload it Thursday. Take care, guys. Later.
Later.
Later.